Save Club is by far the easiest network marketing company that I have ever been a part of. And why am I saying that? Because I've been in and out of several different network marketing companies over the past 30 plus years. And I've been successful with three, but I've had probably 8 or 9 that I spent more money than I made. But I did have three that I was successful with. One of those, I actually was right on the verge of making diamond. I was only a month away from making diamond in that company when COVID hit in March of 2020. And whenever COVID hit, of course, everybody knows what happened there. Everything shut down. So did my business. I went from making a nice 4-figure per month income, almost 5 figures, to making nothing because, COVID shut down everything. So I had another business that I was doing. I was in the Pete's. I ran a Pete's coffee business. And because I was an essential worker supplying the grocery stores, I was able to get out and go and work. Well, because of the fact that nobody could go to their office and work from their office anymore, everybody had to work from home. They were used to getting their coffee at the office. Well, now they're not. So they got to go to the grocery store and get their coffee. Well, for me during COVID, I was one of the few. I was one of the blessed, I guess you could say, because the coffee business really picked up, and I was doing nice 6 figures for about 3 years. 3 years in a row, I was doing making a nice 6-figure income during COVID when everybody else was suffering. Well, my network marketing industry, I didn't do anything with that for 3 years. And then in 2022, a new company started up called Live Good. And when Live Good started up, they wanted to disrupt the way the network marketing industry did business to begin with. The network marketing industry, basically, you have to convince people to buy a product. For the most part, it's product driven. There's a product that they base their company around, and then they add to that, and then they expand and grow from there. And a lot of times they start in one country and then start expanding into other countries. And the reason why they don't start out in other countries is because when you're dealing with a product, you have to go through the proper channels as far as getting the legal system involved with the country to make sure that the product that you're shipping to the customer over the consumer in their country is approved, for their standards, their FDA, if you will. Just like we have an FDA here, they're not going to let something come into our country that's not going to meet the EPA or FDA standards. Well, it's the same with any country, and the legalities of it. Well, Save Club is who I'm with now. Save Club is relatively new. It started at the end of April, 1st of May. In pre-launch, they actually just launched June the 1st, which was about 19 days ago. So we're only 19 days old, folks. So if you're looking for a ground floor opportunity, there is no more ground floor than there is right now. But I got to tell you that just over the past few weeks, we've been averaging between 1,000 and 1,200 new members signing up per day. We are open in 150 countries because we don't have a product to ship. We have a service to offer. We have a way of saving up to 65% off of the things that you buy on a daily basis already. Now, what makes this company so much better than any other company I've ever seen is a couple of things. One is it's a 2x16 forced matrix, which means that you can only put in 2 people on your first level, and if you put in more than that, then they're going to have to go down line under the people that you already brought in. So they're going to be in their organization as well as your own. And they'll be making a paycheck off of the people that are in their matrix. Everybody that's in their matrix, in your matrix, no matter who puts them there, you're going to get paid off of them. I've already got quite a few people from my upline that are downline in my matrix that I didn't put there. But anyway, what makes this so easy is the approach. You don't really have to approach people. I was at lunch. I signed up in the beginning of May, the first week of May. And all I did was basically I utilized the savings, and I wanted to get a story, something that I could be able to share and tell people. So I started saving some money. Well, at the end of the month, I looked to see how much money I actually saved, and I saved $550 for the month of May. Well, I was at lunch on June the 1st, actually, with a buddy of mine, and we were sitting there talking, and I was telling him that how much money I saved during the month of May, in June. He's like, well, how did you do that? And I said, through a new company called Save Club. He goes, I've never heard of Save Club. I said, yeah, and a lot of people haven't. I said, the reason why is because they just started like literally a few weeks ago. I said, but the deals are unbelievable. They're better than you can get through the coupons or the newspaper, what do you call it? The Clipper magazine that comes every Wednesday in the mail. Where I live, we get one every Wednesday. And you can clip the coupons out of it and save, 15, 20, 30%. In some cases, if you buy, $100, you get to save 30% on $100. So, but my point is with Save Club, you get to save on anything and everything that you're already spending $1 on. So when I was sitting there at lunch talking with my buddy about how much money I saved, he asked me how, and I told him through Save Club. And next thing you know, he's got my link. He asked me for my link. I gave it to him. He signed up as an affiliate, and he started saving money right away. Well, it's June the 19th, and I talked to him actually on the 15th. And I think it was this past Sunday. I saw him at church. And so I was asking him, how it was going for him. And he told me, he's like, dude, he goes, it's only halfway through the month, and I've already saved about $250 on the things that I was going to do anyway. And I said, well, how do you feel about that? And he goes, well, listen, he says, so-and-so, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, I was sharing with him the other day. He came over to the house, and I was sharing with him that I was saving money, and he asked me how. And I told him about Save Club, and he got my link. Now he's signed up. So, that's how this ball starts. It starts rolling down the hill. That's like that snowball. You start that snowball kind of small at the top of the hill, and by the time it gets to the bottom, you let it roll down. It's going to be one big, huge snowball. Well, that's how this works. And, you don't have to approach people. All you got to do is utilize the savings, have your own story, tell people what you've done. They're going to ask you, how did you do it? Then there's your opening. You send them to your link. It's as simple as that. And it's like $79.97 the very first month. And $60 of that pays for your website, your back office, your training videos, your banners, your ads, if you want to post ads, if you want to text people and tell them that you found something that's really exciting. There's about 15 or 20 different texts in there that you can copy and use that's already made up that are successful. So there's no excuse to not build this. But $79.97, $60 of that goes towards your back office, and that's good for an entire year. You don't have to pay that again until 12 months from now. And then $19.97 per month is the membership. And you can save that the very first time you use it, because I did. I went and got my oil change the very first time, and I saved $20. Well, that covered my membership. Well, if you save $10 a day, and there's 30 days in a month, $10 to $15, you're going to save between $300 and $500 every single month. So it's not hard to not save. I mean, it's not hard to do this and not save. Is what I guess I'm trying to say. But anyway, please subscribe to my channel, one, and give me a thumbs up. And there's a link below this video. If you would click on that link and go ahead and join today, you can lock in your spot for free and then join at any time. So if you don't have the money to do it today, you can lock in your spot today. And then when Friday gets here, or whatever day payday is, if you want to do it then, you can wait until then and do it. But I got to tell you that this coming up Friday, is the cutoff day for locking in your spot, for upgrading to an affiliate. If anybody that joins after you today signs up and upgrades between now and Friday, and if you don't do it, they're going to leapfrog over you, basically. So, but anyhow, click the link, join today, subscribe to the channel, and give me a thumbs up. And if you need to ask me any questions, my email link is below the video. So please just shoot me an email. And if you want to talk, just include your phone number and I'll give you a call. But that's about all I got for right now. And I look forward to shooting out another video here in the next day or so. Y'all have a blessed day.